Hello, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to our podcast, Spiritual Enlightened Podcast. We're here with Reece and Leo talking about spirituality. And Reece is not enlightened. I just told him that. I know it. And
The question that I asked Shiva is because we were just interviewed an enlightened being who claims enlightenment, and then for some reason I didn't even claim enlightenment once on the call with Eric, but when we joined the three-way call, Shiva made a point to say to me, Reece, just want you to know that you're not enlightened. He just felt the need to say that to me. So I said, I'm interested for you to. I said, have you got a shadow on me being enlightened? And I think what it is,
Absolutely.
I think Shiva is, like we said earlier, I think maybe he's a little bit threatened by me. I think he maybe feels deep down that I'm slightly more spiritually advanced than him. And he doesn't like that because he's still the non-popular kid in school.
roasted. Oof, let me just recover from that. Okay, recovered. I am self-realized. I am enlightened. What fears me is the fact that Artem is more enlightened than me and more spiritual than me. In fact, he's probably more spiritual than all of us. I'm gonna have to reconcile my mind to admit that fact. Maybe it's true, maybe it's wrong. I don't know. And Reece, okay, spiritual people, when I hear them talk, I can hear a person talk and figure out if they're self-realized, if they have the same thing that I do, like nothingness. And I've always questioned you, Reece, like, well, what's going on? You have something. I can see it. I can see the emptiness in your eyes, but I don't think it's fully there. Actually, I can pretty much confirm it today. This podcast that we did, how you were talking, I'm like, okay, there's still some work needs to be done, some crumpling, some letting go. Some dissolvement needs to happen. Am I worried that you're more spiritual? Maybe. Am I threatened by you? Possibly. I'm threatened by all men, not just you. Don't get it. Don't feel like you're special. And yeah, that's it.
Yeah, no, I agree. I do think that you and Artem are similarly self-realized. I think on a similar scale with each other as well. I'm just agreeing with what you said, to be fair.
Wow.
Um, and I think, no, yeah, look, I
What,
mean,
what does that actually mean, Reece? What does that
that's what
actually
I'm saying. But what I'm saying is look, I'm saying that if being self-realized is being like Mariam or Artem or Shiva, I'm 100% not that. I agree.
mean? So you're saying that as a jab more than
Wow,
anything.
he just turned it
I'm
around and against
being
me.
honest.
He just judoed
I'm being
me.
honest.
That did
That's
not feel good.
that was some passive aggressiveness right there.
Okay, well, let's talk about Miriam, shall we? Because let's muddy the
No, no,
waters
no, no,
here.
no. We're going to stay on this topic because
Yeah, why you?
we want to iron
Yeah,
this out. Look, if we want to play the passive aggressive or
I gotta
aggressiveness
go,
to
guys.
each other. Remember, I remember my stories about where I'm from. I'm definitely a loving human being, but we can do this game if you want, and I can mirror you. Is that what we say?
Yeah, tell me. Let's investigate your archetypes.
Well, I just said what I just said then. So have you got a response to it?
Oh, I have a tendency of not hearing people when I
I
don't think
said
it's
that if
important.
I believe that Artem and
Oh, yeah.
Miriam are
No,
self-realized.
I think yeah, it's a good comeback, but the reality stands true. I think it's, yeah, you're not as realized or as you think, or maybe not as me or a Leo. And it's okay.
Do you
And
think
it's
that I
okay that
think that
there's a
I'm
hierarchy.
self-realized?
There is a hierarchy. You cannot escape that. And unfortunately, I'm
I
more
fucking hate this shit.
self-realized than you. And I mean, it sucks to say it because can we all be enlightened? Isn't that true? No, it's not true. Like
Do you
the
think
guy.
that maybe trying to claim that you're above spiritually than somebody else is a sign of being spiritually devolved? And I've literally got
Yes.
an Alan Watts talk in my head right now where it's like, my guru is better than your guru.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
more spiritually evolved than you.
yeah.
I've got more insight than what you've got. And that's a sign of just a spiritual ego, not an actual realized or enlightened being.
Yeah, but I feel resistance and hesitancy saying this because oh my God, this is not spiritual. This is the conditioning that I have. But it's true. It feels true. I need to say it. At least, okay, look, God may come and say I'm wrong. I've been wrong before. I don't think so. I'm moving my life and also it's okay. The fact that people are above you. There are people that are above me, like this guy, or Artem. I'm
Do you
very
believe that? Do you genuinely believe that?
oh my God, I really dislike this guy, but it after the first call that we did, I'm like, yeah, this guy is there's something to him.
Wow.
And we'll see.
Wow. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. This is brilliant for me. This is exactly what I need right now. Because the more that and also just the fact that you're still going through the process of going into the darkness as well. and just seeing Artem as a human being interacting with people, and also the 3 hours of back and forth on Discord calls, and just feeling the guy's energy, and the fact that you think this. Just looking at Miriam's life right now and what's happening in her situation, and you said that your third eye was able to perceive this. It seems like actually what's going on with you, Shiva, is something which I initially thought when I first stumbled across you.
Which is what?
Which is, I feel like you're still stuck in the ego game in a big, 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 big way. And I think that your clarity, it's what you're gravitating towards is, I think, people who have got some sort of like severe neurosis, but conviction in what they say. And because somebody speaks with conviction, you're quite easily manipulated. But one thing that I will say as well is, because when I heard Leo's awakening story that time, and then you went into yours, and also on a live with Pippa recently, you also went into your realization story that you had, where there was this situation. Yeah, you did. You was maybe like a week ago, you was talking to Pippa about, and she asked you about, you said, and you literally said to some people, this story isn't good enough. So you went into it again. But even when you went into your realization story again with Pippa, it was like there was no actual lived experience there. So I'm just interested for you. Can you right now because if you're saying that you think you're self-realized, then people can go into this experience, because I could go into my experience, but I'm not claiming self-realization. I never even said I was enlightened. You did. And then you change it to self-realized. And then because I said that you should drop the self-realized title, you also dropped that from your bio as well. So it seems like you thought that you was enlightened, then you dropped that, then you claim this self-realization, and now you're dropping that. So I'm interested, can you go into your self-realization experience and tell us, or go there in your mind right now, or in your energy field right now, and express this state that you're saying that you claim?
Okay. 2017, I took a bus from Toronto to New Hampshire into a Buddhist forest monastery in the Thai forest tradition of Ajahn Chah. It's still there, you can Google it. Ajahn Chah, New Hampshire. I was there for 10 days total. One day I wrote down on my notebook, something's going to happen 2 days. In 2 days, I'm going to attain. That's what I wrote. 2 days went by, or however many days. We're doing yard work before the daily meal at 11 p.m. or 11 a.m. And I'm doing this yard work, and I was assigned to rake leaves. So I'm raking these leaves, very big pile of leaves, and I push this one huge pile of leaves, and a big, like a bug, starts running away. And I felt the energy, my own emotions, this thing's fear. I felt the fear emanating from this. I just destroyed its whole life. It's like, imagine some giant removed the roof off of this house. I'll be terrified. What the hell's going on? My life is going to be ended. I did exactly the same thing to this bug. I realized, fuck these monks. I put the rake down. I'm not doing anything that they say. I'm not doing this to destroy bugs' lives. I'm just going to sit on this rock. If they come tell me what to do, I'm going to tell them to fuck off. That's exactly what I did. I sat down on a nice, comfortable rock, and I closed my eyes. My mind became so peaceful. I just started feeling like I'm sinking down into myself. Synchronistically, ironically enough, God's humor, the two guys that are raking leaves right beside me, they start talking about nibbana, nirvana, emptiness. They start talking about, hey, do you know this emptiness, this unconditioned, the Buddha talks about nirvana, the nothingness that's pervading the universe? Their conversation made me perceive and realize the ultimate nature of existence, and I saw it. Every fiber of this universe is empty. There is nothing here. It's the ultimate calm, the ultimate peace. It's nothing but everywhere. It's the most potent, but don't cut me off, Reece. Let me continue. I thought to myself, wow, this is so peaceful. I imagined a nuclear explosion going off somewhere in the distance. Would that bother my mind? I could just imagine it, and I'd be like, wow, if I were to get disintegrated by the nuclear wave, I would just sink into this emptiness, and that would be all that there is. I would just be peace or emptiness. My consciousness wouldn't exist. It would just kind of unplug in the computer. Gone. Finished. Then I decided, you know what? The Buddha talked about all these things that are aggregates and the sixth sense bases and all the things that are happening inside my mind. What would happen if I closed my mind and I investigated myself with this heightened level of perception? That's exactly what I did. As I was sitting on this rock, I closed my eyes, and very deeply I saw this mind, this body is all 6 sense bases. There are 6 sense bases to this whole organism: eyes, ears, nose, tongue, touch, and mind. With all respecting objects, objects come in contact with the base and it creates an experience. Me, myself, and I, who I am, my identity, my ethnicity, my name, it's all just thoughts, objects coming in contact with my mind and creating the experience of I. That's all that there is only experience. Once the organ is destroyed, there is no more experience. How's that for an
So
enlightening story?
it wasn't when you looked at a video of sadhgurus.
You see, my friend,
Two times
because
where you've explained it was when
let me
you said
continue.
that.
Let me continue. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna address that because after that experience, I thought that's it. I'm
There was a lot of
enlightened.
sadhguru in there as well. I'm just saying, at the same
Yes,
sense
yes, yes.
things and stuff off.
There was no sadhguru. I didn't even know about sadhguru then. Actually, I wasn't even sadhguru was nowhere to be found in 2016, 17 when I had this. This wasn't my awakening, blowing my mind experience. This was me tasting nibbana. This was me entering the stream or something more. I think that's what you're undergone, Reece. That's you had a powerful experience. Even though I had a powerful experience, I was still confused. I was still miserable. I was still suffering. A very powerful experience, much more powerful than you. Okay. Let's not compare. I'm just joking. It's okay to be comparison. It's okay to be above people, below people. There's a hierarchy. That's just a fact. We're mammals.
Sadhguru says about this trying to be above people, it says it's a sickness. It says that trying to stand on people's heads is a sickness of humanity.
Okay. Fine. He says this. We'll address it
Sorry,
later.
go ahead. Go ahead. Keep speaking.
So then in 2022, so somewhere.
Was it quite an angry enlightenment then?
What's that?
Was it quite an angry enlightenment?
No. It was very peaceful and serene. And
I'm just trying to get into I'm trying to feel your energy when you're explaining this situation to me. So I'm trying to feel that enlightened energy or that self-realized energy at the moment.
Yeah.
It seems very angry.
That's okay. I am angry. That's what you're feeling. So good. Your perception is attuned. So then in 2022, I had some similar experience. I was watching Sadhguru's exclusive video titled Cosmic Secrets, Episode 3, The End of Creation. Then something happened, and it just eradicated the last sense of self. That's it. Poof, gone. Oh, but it's not powerful, spiritual. Who cares? It's done. If you have eyes to see this, good job. If you don't believe me. Who cares? Go on about your day.
Okay.
What do you feel right now, Reece?
Okay, what's present for me right now? He just unleashed some energy. There was a lot of anger there, so I'm feeling sort of, truthfully, if I was in person with him, I'd probably have to hold myself back from headbutting him because he tried to anger me. So I would have to show him who the real alpha male is in the situation in person. So there's that's present right now. In terms of him going into I think what's happened is, and what's triggered this is, for some reason, and I've felt this for a while, like Shiva just got triggered by me then early on in the call because I didn't even say anything. I literally entered the call and I didn't say anything about me being enlightened. I've never wanted to claim enlightenment or anything like that. Yeah, whatever. I've had a spiritual experience. I've had 6 or 7 of them throughout my life, but I don't really care too much about claiming any of these things or trying to put myself above another person or trying to have this hierarchy of spiritual hierarchy or whatever. I believe that there is a spiritual hierarchy in terms of people are more spiritual than others or whatever, but I'm not really like hell-bent on saying that. The only reason why I started to say to Shiva then about his experience was because I was mirroring him, I guess. Like he just decided out of nowhere to just say, just very quite sternly as well, for no reason, he just decided to just come at me and just say, I just want you to know that you're not enlightened, Reece. And the energy that you came across it with was very like quite cold and not very nice and just sort of attacking me out of nowhere.
Yeah,
So
that's one thing that I don't like is how it can be used to put people below you. It's like a strategy or a tactic. And that's kind of a similar thing that Artem does, a similar thing that Mariam does as well. It's just like, I am this, you are that. And it creates immediate difference in the dynamic. It's the same when, she'll call people possessed. I said this, I brought this up before. You just did the same thing, Shiva. I don't think that creates a collaborative dynamic.
I just don't see why as well. What I'm trying to get at is like, it seemed like what's been happening over the past few days or whatever is like, look, like me and Leo have been talking. We've been we've been sharing insights, nice. We've been resonating with each other. And if I'm going to be honest with you, what I feel like is, because what happened the other day is I was going to message Leo for the call. And as I was about to message Leo, Shiva, literally, I'm telling you the exact moment, Shiva put on the group that he just followed Leo on Instagram. So I went, okay, I'm not going to message Leo right now because it just seems like I'm like messaging him after, because it's like, I'm not really bothered about, look, I'll walk away from everything. And both of you, my brothers, my mum, my dad, my partner, everybody. Because I love my life and God and my surrendered. I want to do that. I'm not here to play any games with anybody. I'm not here to try and be above anybody or claim that I'm more self-realized or more enlightened than another person. But I just thought it was interesting how we just had this podcast then. You were silent pretty much the whole way, Shiva. And then you decided to just attack me about my spiritual advancements for no reason. And it was quite mean. So then all I did is just ask you about your experience. And then when you started going into your enlightened state, it was just anger. You just literally just the energy of anger. And for me, maybe you are more realized than me and enlightened than me. I don't care. But my experience wasn't anger. And if I go into my experience, I'm not going to portray that energy to the person because that's not what my experience was. It was pure bliss, pure love, pure oneness with everything. So, look, like, I feel like realistically what's my feeling is and what's present for me is Shiva's threatened by me. He doesn't really he likes me, but also at the same time, he thinks maybe I'm trying to steal Leo off him, or he feels like there's like a connection going on with me and Leo that's stronger with me and him. And he's just playing a similar spiritual game, which is just, for me, in my mind, is just not a very spiritual, even just the whole interacting with drama all the time and just trying to hurt people, that even like Artem, for example. Like for me, that's just like I am says when he's observing Shiva, he just says that you're like very not spiritually advanced in that way. And I'm not saying that, but just this conversation that we just had then was like a telltale sign and a big red flag for like how you're actually trying to interact with me as a human being, as a fellow being that has got no agenda with you and it isn't trying to lord over you or trying to take anything from you.
Leo, you want to respond to that?
No, you respond to that. That was to you.
Okay, first, Artem. Yes, I apologize to Artem publicly. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have uploaded that video. After I uploaded it, he asked me, hey, can you take it down?
No, me. Talk to me about me and about what I've just said about fuck Artem.
Yeah, I will. So, yeah, I apologize, Artem. I shouldn't have uploaded that video. It was a privacy concern, and I should have respected a human being's wish and desire. It was my bad. So, I apologize, and I'm not here to hurt him or harm him. So, that's kind of the beef. Yeah, the beef is over. You, Reece,
why did you just randomly come at me at the beginning of the call? That's the question. That initially about my realizations. Like, where did that come from?
Yeah, you like to claim Sadhguru's quotes. I can claim 1,000 quotes that are contradictory. What Sadhguru said. Sadhguru said, if you want enlightenment, you can become angry, but make sure you just stay angry for 2 weeks and don't change.
Why did you just randomly?
Okay, so for some, look, my friend, look, it's okay. Obviously, there's some defensiveness because you perceive this as an attack. Is it an attack or not an attack? Sure, take it.
No, but I want to know why. That's what I'm saying, because I feel
why? Because it's true. I feel it's true. I'm not playing gay.
Like, it is what it is. What I'm trying to get at is where inside you did you feel the need to go into that when that had not even been mentioned? Like, that was as soon as the call happened, you had a very stern face and you had to get it off your chest.
Yes, I had to get it off my chest.
You had to tell me how you was better than me, pretty much. You had to say it.
It's okay.
Why?
Because it's the truth. I'm just saying the truth. I'm not here to put above you or put you below me or do it. I needed to get it off my chest. I needed to say this because I feel it's true. And because I care about you. I want you're the highest realization for you, which I don't think you have. So I just say the truth. Stern, hard fact, that's what you wanted, right? The first time you talked to me? Well, there you go. You're welcome.
But just like nobody asked you, though.
Well, nobody asked me to speak, ever. Nobody asked me to do anything. I just speak.
But yeah, there was like a physical energy there as well. Like it had affected you. Like
Yes, it
you
did.
was bothered about this.
I was bothered about it, yes.
What,
But
what, what? It was like all that happened is we'd have a back and forth on a podcast. We come from this podcast, and then the first thing that's in your mind is, I need to tell Reece that I'm better than you. When realistically, I pretty much spoke 70% of the time on that conversation then.
Shiva,
You
can I ask you what triggered that
yeah,
whole
look, my
thought?
friend,
What
I didn't say I'm better than you. That's a little bit weird and wrong to say. I'm
just
just
said
saying you're
that
not
then.
spiritually, yeah, you're not there. That's what I'm saying. You're not there.
Okay.
That's it.
But why did you feel the need to tell me that? That's what I'm
Because I've been
saying.
confused. I've been thinking about this for so long. Is this right? Is this wrong? This guy has some attainments, or what is he? Because I have this vision of bringing. This is Leo's vision. Okay, this is why I follow him on Instagram. Shout out to Leo. Go follow him. Uh, his vision was for me to bring on many self-proclaimed spiritual enlightened beings, people that claim self-realization. And then I asked you on that call, hey, are you self-realized? Because I'm thinking whether we should invite you. We shouldn't invite people that don't genuinely naturally have this experience. And you said no, and then I'm like, oh my god, finally, I think I know that you don't have this.
What? So you want to invite me as being like one of the spectacles of people that are claiming enlightenment, or just part of the round table with you and Leo?
Well, if you can slam dunk, you shouldn't be part of the roundtable that people that can't slam dunk or can slam dunk. If you can slam dunk, you shouldn't be a part of the roundtable.
I don't get what you're saying. I'm trying. My question was you contemplating bringing me onto the round table as a self-proclaimed enlightened being, or somebody who's just part of the event?
I was thinking of bringing you on as part of the event, but I want to bring this energy of people that actually have this attainment, not people that can bring spiritual knowledge or whatever.
Okay, I understand. I see what's actually going on though. But that's
Okay,
fine. It's no problem.
maybe it
there's
is.
definitely a deeper layer to all of this, for sure.
There is. It's the
Um,
same old situation that's happened all my life that we
with your
talked about.
I think it ties in with the conversation with your brothers that we had earlier.
It 100% is. It's a
Um,
big wound for Shiva.
it's a big wound. I think it's a big wound for both parties. Really, it's sad. There is definitely it does feel sad because, look, Reese, you have a lot of energy. That's the truth, and I think it can be intimidating for people. I've even voiced it to you in the past. I felt intimidated by your energy, and yeah, and I think it's easy to just remove someone because of that. I don't think it's whether or not you claim to be enlightened or not. I think that's so surface level. There's just a lot more layers here. Or maybe you just don't like Reese. I think there's two sides to it. Maybe it's the intimidation on one piece, the other piece is you just don't like him. And I
Look,
think
is
that's okay.
there, Leo, is there such thing as self-realization? Are you self-realized?
Self realization, yeah, it's a term to describe recognition of no self. Realizing that you are awareness, you're not the body and mind.
Have you fully understood that and recognized that every moment of the day?
Yes.
Okay, same question to you, Reese. Answer truthfully, honestly. Whatever the truth is, whatever the answer is, whatever.
And
100%.
it's
But
not
Yes.
necessarily.
the thing is, here's the situation. When we was talking the other day about self-realization, Shiva, and I said remove it from your bio. You literally said, "Yeah, what even is that?" Now
That's I'm doing no.
you're trying to
I'm
lay claim to something that you don't even
I'm doing
understand yourself.
okay, please answer the question. Leo answered genuinely. I'll answer your question after you
I
answer
did.
mine.
I just said 100%.
Yes?
Like I've my
Okay.
yeah, 100%. But I'm not. But I'm also going to pull it back and say no
Okay.
because it's
That feels more
ridiculous.
true.
Okay.
It's okay. Look, I've struggled and strived for this for 10 years. Well, there's no big deal. It's a big deal for me. Am I gonna be using a put above people? There's no such thing. I have this. I've achieved this. If I worked for fuck, it is a wound. No, look. Ah, if I worked hard to slam dunk, I would claim it. I would show it. I would take advantage of it. I would profit off it. I have a
So interesting. Everyone is so different after a self-realization. It's like, to me, it doesn't really mean anything anymore.
It means a lot to me.
Yeah,
It means a lot.
I think the more it means to you, the more it says.
Yeah. Look, if I'm going to be honest with you, here's how I feel. I feel very sad now. I feel quite
Yeah.
emotional.
Me too.
I feel like just the same old, same old. And I could literally probably cry right now if I'm going to be honest with you, but I'm obviously not going to. It's just a shame that this is just the way that other, especially men, want to interact with me in my life. And it's like, because they can't, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, today was a very sad day. Things happened between Artem. Things happened between Miriam for me. I was contemplating what I'm doing with my life. Now this. It's okay. Look, the Buddha wouldn't waste 40 years of his life if this meant nothing. Let's not pretend this doesn't mean anything. What does it mean? You stop suffering. That's a big accomplishment for me. I don't know about you, okay? For me, I did this for 10 years. That's all I cared about. Now, does this mean like I'm some sort of above all or no? But what?
You're still suffering right now. This idea, this whole narrative that you're spinning right now in your own head, and these conversations and this projection onto me about like where I'm at and so on and so forth. Like, I don't need to prove to anybody about my experience.
You're right,
I don't need
but
to go around into the world and say, brother, I've been doing this shit since I was fucking 7 years old. I had my first realization of no self when I was 8. I've been swimming in this reality properly for the past fucking since I was 21, 12 years. But I'm not here to try and prove anything or
I'm
try
not here
and
trying to prove
be
anything.
better than you. You are. You've just literally what you've just done there is this. You've just consciously or unconsciously gone out of your way to hurt me and to distance yourself from me because that's what you've just done. You just thrown your toys out
Look,
of your
just
pram.
because you're hurt doesn't mean that I was trying to hurt you. You're hurt.
Brother,
That's a separate thing.
Just randomly attacked. You randomly attacking. You've been a lot's
An
been going
attack
on
would
in your
be
life at the
going,
moment today.
using
And a lot's happened, brother. So this Miriam situation, you said you looked into Miriam through your third eye and you saw her as an enlightened being. It's like, brother, if I'm going to be honest with you, you're full of fucking shit. You don't see shit. You can't see self-realization if we fucking slapped you in the face. You're a novice. Otherwise, you wouldn't be sitting here still fucking clutching at this thing that doesn't even exist.
It does exist. The Buddha wouldn't claim himself to be
but the fact
enlightened.
that you're clutching at it just shows that you don't understand it.
There's no clutching at anything. There's just
you are, and because I probably embody it more than what you see. You're attacking the thing that's triggering the embodiment of it. My energy's pure, brother. I could have just cried my eyes out at the pain that you just tried to unleash on me.
What the fuck?
You did.
Look, you can't unleash pain onto me.
For no reason. But why? I didn't say anything to you.
Look, I'm just sharing you what I think the truth is. Is it the truth objectively? My God, yes, I am. Okay, believe everything I say. I'm just sharing you what I think the truth is. It had to be said. I feel like it had to be said. I had to get it off my chest.
There's lots of truth. But the fact that you had to just spew it, randomly, you just had to go. Why?
Look, I think this is the reason why I don't talk on camera.
Shiva, reflect on this moment now. Look. Genuinely, after all the shit that we've been talking about the fact that about the skill situation and the fact you want to be above people and all this, like, I was that geezer, so I don't need it. I've given it away. I just want to love and connect, and that's what I want to do, and live life in a fucking profound way. I'm not trying to say that I'm more this than you. That's just a sign of somebody who hasn't got it. Go and look at every single enlightened being that's walked the earth and ask them if they go around being like, oh, you've not got this, I've got this, you've not got this. It's fucking childish. It's like
it is, but why does sadhguru call himself sadhguru, buddy? Okay, this
Guys,
is not about
I'll be honest,
like...
find this conversation exhausting. Feels like we're going in a loop. I just want to summarize it. Like, what is the outcome of this call? Where are we going? My perception is that Shiva, and you are completely different people. Like Shiva's venturing down this path of just like absolute darkness. He doesn't give a shit about anyone on some level. And Reece, I think you just want to love people. And we're trying to put two opposing energies in the same box, but it just doesn't seem to work. So yeah, I don't know what needs to happen coming out of this. I think that's up to you to decide and to contemplate on. But like, I don't want to stay in this loop. It feels kind of jarring, to be honest.
Yeah, me neither. You guys want to talk about different topics? You gotta bring
I think we sort of like ran full circle, brother. Like I can feel you. Do you know what I mean? I feel your intention towards me as well. Like I'm not going to be in a space where somebody doesn't want me there, or somebody's just trying to power play me and trying to. So like, where's the benefit for me?
Yeah,
I'm just confident for you right now.
Do what you gotta do. I guess that's it. Goodbye.